The two that have come out haven't been bad.
It's been a good start, which is exactly why they're going to go wrong. That's exactly why.
There's too much positive sentiment.
No,
yeah. We need a dumpster fire.
It's like when people are like depressed and they feel happy. They're like first thought is, okay, it's going to go wrong now.
Exactly.
That's exactly what this is, the special.
That's Marvel.
That's Marvel.
Right now. And so we had Werewolf by Night, which was horror.
Horror, really fun.
It was cute. Cute's absolutely the wrong word. It was fun. And now we have the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special.
Which is cute.
It is.
And it's the best thing from Phase 4, by far.
I agree.
By a landslide.
And I think so my two favourite projects of Phase 4 have been this and Shang-Chi.
Okay.
And I think the reasons for that is it's this fun, magical thing called standalone yet charming, without being so standalone to where we're just saying, hey, this is standalone, but being its own cool, interesting, unique thing.
I think I think with this, it's going like we're standalone in terms of we're not going to set up 15 movies, but it is also a Guardians of the Galaxy thing where it's like it's more of that like side of the universe. It's more of that corner before we get like a proper movie again.
Because I think something like Moon Knight has become the argument to the MCU just needs to be more standalone.
You know, for a second when he said Moon Knight, I thought he said Moonlighter, and I was thinking of the Barry Jenkins movie, and I was like, that's a Marvel movie.
But I think because Moon Knight obviously wasn't an absolute glowing success.
No.
I think that's kind of become everything in Marvel should be super linked and connected. But I think so the Guardians Holiday Special was very much advertised as this is like the prequel to 3.
Which was odd.
Yeah, because it isn't.
Barely.
If
really there is anything, it's very small.
It's more like a reminder the Guardians exist.
Yeah, because it's been the last like Guardians thing besides them being in Avengers and 4 was Guardians 2, which was like 5 years ago.
Yeah. So this felt more like a reminder of, hey, these are the characters. Here's what happened in 2, because it very much kind of links to what happened.
It does,
2.
yeah.
But it does it like, for instance, like my girlfriend watched it without having seen any previous Guardian movies, and she didn't ask me who the fuck are these people, what the fuck is going on, what the fuck is Christmas. You know what I mean? Like, it can serve as its own thing without needing to go, so this is what's going to happen in 3, this is what happened in 2. Here's a montage.
It basically just goes like, it is a holiday special. Yeah. It's a Christmas special that happens to use the Guardians in that role. It's not trying to set up anything else, which is what's refreshing about it, is it's nice to see a Marvel thing that is just a cute special.
Absolutely.
That's it. It doesn't aim to be anything higher. Because funny enough, my favourite Phase 4 things have been this and Hawkeye. Now Hawkeye does set up things, but when you look at it from the grand scheme of things, what does it set up? Like Echo?
The Haley Steinfeld Hawkeye film?
Yeah, which is like, but at the same time, in the grand scheme of things, that is still very small. It's like, and that's still, and even if you do get one, it's going to be a very small scale movie. And that's what I like about the Hawkeye show is it is extremely street level. Yeah. And it's not, it doesn't end with, like a giant fucking alien or whatever, or like some CGI blobs like come out and it's like, like you need to fight them. No, it ends in like the middle of like New York during like Christmas. And it's like, and
weirdly enough, all of these things.
Christmas, clearly Christmas is like the secret sauce that these movies need and shows.
Every MCU thing should be a Christmas special.
It should, Iron Man 3.
True.
It's also set at Christmas. Yeah. Great movie.
Yeah. So I think there's definitely a pattern here. But no, I think the reason, the Guardian special worked so well for me is it was just watching something, getting to turn my brain off without having to do homework.
Turning your brain off while remembering you do have a brain, and it's not, you have just replaced it.
Exactly. I'm not sitting there going, I wish the AI side of me was coming out so I could enjoy this better. It's just enjoyable.
I think what's nice,
which is crazy word,
which is wild. But I think what's nice about like this sort of corner of the MCU is because James Gunn has, for the most part, kept it away from the wild. I mean, obviously Thanos is in Guardians 1, but for the most part, Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2 are mostly just in their own little corner. Yeah, they do tie into the universe somewhat, but you can just jump into those.
Yeah.
And it's this own little corner that James Gunn's able to just sort of work in.
Yeah.
And I think that's why these things work. And that's why it's perfect for a holiday special, because those movies, they know how to be standalone, whereas I'm not entirely convinced a lot of the, like, say, Captain America.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that knows how to be standalone, because every single one of those movies is all about, we need to be like tight. Like,
I mean, look at bloody Civil War.
Civil War's not even a Captain America movie.
It's just an Avengers movie.
Yeah, it's just an Avengers movie with but it's like wearing the Captain America type.
Yeah, they just realised they were releasing it too soon after Age of Ultron.
Yeah, they were like, we can't call it that, so we'll just call it Captain America. Like,
yeah, you said the movie. Like, you could call it Iron Man Civil War and you have the exact same thing.
It's like Quantumania, like the Ant-Man and the Wasp movie.
Yeah.
That is not Ant-Man and the Wasp.
No.
They just slapped that on it.
Yeah.
Just so that I guess they can be like, Ant-Man's got a trilogy, but it's like, you look at the trailer and it says Quantumania, and then you like vaguely in the dark and you're like Ant-Man and the Wasp. Like,
yeah.
You know, like, it's not.
And they're barely in the trailer.
They're barely
I don't think
in the
Wasp
trailer.
says anything.
So maybe like one line.
Yeah.
And it's like, but it's all about Kang.
Yeah.
Kang.
Yeah.
It's like, because that's what it's obviously, that movie exists to set up.
I think that's why Phase 4's
60
been a bit of
movies.
a dud. Because we've had so much setup without any real setup.
Well, it's interesting.
It's all like surface level fake setup.
Yeah, it's like, say like with Phase 1.
Yeah.
Right, you got all these movies and he sets up each of these characters.
Yeah.
And you got Avengers, which gives them the big payoff with all these people team up together, and then at the end it teases what's coming next.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Phase 1, I mean, those films aren't great, a lot of them, but that is the perfect setup for that.
Yeah. Phase
1 is, here you go, new threats at the end. Phase 2, it establishes more of who that threat is and what everything is. And then, and then it ends with shit going bad.
Yeah.
And Phase 3 is whenever it gets a little bit more darker.
Yeah.
And it's at the lowest moment, and it ends, it's like, Phase 1, 2, and 3 are like a perfect setup.
Yeah.
Phase 4 is setting up things, but it just lacks like the tightness of Phase 1.
Yes.
Because it's trying to do more. There's even more stuff coming out now. Phase 1, it's like, what? 6 movies?
Yeah.
I think 5 or 6 movies. Phase 4 is like
a billion things.
It's like 20 different
things. This is
things.
technically the conclusion of Phase 4.
Yeah.
How sick is that?
Which is bizarre.
We're ending on a holiday special.
But what's funny though is that like each of these phases, when they have ended, they've ended with a movie that's like a big thing. Like, Avengers. Usually Avengers is the end.
Yeah.
And like it's like, I mean, yeah, like Ant-Man is like kind of in the middle. I feel like Ant-Man and Far From Home, which both came out after those Avengers movies, they're kind of like in betweens. They're like the end. They come out, but I feel it's more just like they had to come out somewhere.
It's
it's like less.
You wouldn't want to call them the beginning of a phase.
Yeah, because
it's like
they're just they're just kind of like in the middle, but they just kind of exist there because you don't want it's weird. Yeah. But that's the thing. Is like, I don't know. Like, I just think with these phases, like fall, because there's so much more content now. It's like they struggle like to sort of figure out where things go because there's so much. And it's like, and that's why it was weird when all of a sudden Marvel just announced, Black Panther and Guardians, they're like the last of Phase 4.
Yeah.
And it was like, what?
Yeah.
How? Like, it's Black Panther barely sets up anything.
No.
I feel like you come out of Phase 4 wondering what all of this is, and it's like Phase 5.
It's even weird that you could argue Loki's, Doctor Strange doesn't really set up anything.
Barely.
You could argue Loki's the only thing in Phase 4 that points towards the Kang, and it's weird because it's
pretty much
it's really early in the phase.
It's really early, and also it's a show.
Yeah.
Which I believe Kevin Feige says when these shows were coming out that they're not essential.
Yeah.
They're just bonus.
Which they definitely haven't been.
Which they're definitely not, considering like Multiverse of Madness practically relies on you seeing WandaVision. Like,
not to stray too far then. So the holiday special.
Yeah.
What did you think? Like, just what did you think of like the plot of all that stuff?
Really cute. I appreciate that it's 45 minutes long, but does not feel like it's rushing through things.
Yeah.
It's the perfect length. I think, it's funny, which is nice to watch a Marvel thing where I laughed.
I laughed like 5 times. It was sick.
No, it was like I actually like laughed. I didn't just cringe.
Yeah.
Because James Gunn knows how to write comedy because these characters are funny. Like Dave Bautista as Drax. is hilarious because of how he's able to just deliver lines.
Dave Bautista emerging, and we'll talk about another film soon where Dave Bautista's brilliant. Him emerging as one of like the leading comedy actors of this, this movie generation is mad. It's
really funny how I think a couple of years ago he made like a joke once where like he went like he's not interested in doing Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
I guess because he was like he's just not interested in that trash or whatever. And it's like, and that was at a time where his career was like kind of growing, where he had Blade Runner where he was great in that, even though he was only in it for like one scene.
Yeah.
But then he had like My Spy.
Yeah.
Like shitty, like those like shitty movies. But then all of a sudden now he's had Glass Onion.
Yeah.
Which we'll be talking about later. He's had Knock at the Camera, which isn't out yet, but he looked great in that.
Yeah.
And obviously, and it's like, and I think, and obviously like Guardians, he's been great in that.
Yeah. And
it's like he has really shown that he is a terrific actor when he's in the right place where his talents can be used. Like he's great at comedy, and he's got an amazing like screen presence.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, and I think it's nice to sort of see like a Marvel thing that like utilizes an actor.
Yeah, because it puts Dave Bautista and the actress who plays Mantis, whose name is complicated, I can't remember.
Palm something.
Yes. Yeah. That's the one. Puts them at the forefront, which is a really, really interesting choice. It's a good choice because, I'll be honest, Chris Pratt's probably the worst thing about the Guardians things.
And he's been the focus of 2 of these movies.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure the third one doesn't focus on him either.
Yeah, probably. But I'll be interested to see that.
Yeah. I think it's Rocket. I think.
That's cool. Yeah, I think
it's the focus.
And so nice. It's nice seeing these two put the focus. Obviously, there's the whole plot about Kevin Bacon, them abducting Kevin Bacon, which is full of laughs. I don't think the central concept of stealing Kevin Bacon's as funny as they want it to be.
It's not, but I do like the line of like, what is it, the human trafficking line? I did,
that's a good line.
That's a good line, just because of Drax's reaction to that. He's just really excited about it, and it's like, and I think that's what it is like, I do think that, I mean, it's not as funny, but I think at the same time, they don't just go, oh, we kidnapped them. They use different ways to make that funny.
Yeah.
Where like, and it's like, that's why it works. It's constantly finding funny things again.
Yeah, it's a very sitcom premise.
Yeah.
And it makes me want to see a Guardians of the Galaxy-esque sitcom.
Oh yeah, or just them just getting to adventures and just like a show. Like that as a show would be hilarious. It just would be really fun.
Yeah. Like it reminds me of like a Futurama premise or something.
Yeah, or like that thing that like Seth MacFarlane's in now.
What is it? The Orville.
Yeah. Like something, or like like making it a thing, or like Firefly or whatever. Any of these.
Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ideally not that, but like these like space shows where they go visit other planets and get it's like silly like it's weird like watching this because I want that, which is odd because I want more out of Marvel when usually I want less.
Yeah.
Like
no, but this is definitely a situation where this is the good stuff. This is the creamy stuff.
Because James Gunn is like a really talented person, and they've given him the perfect venue, which is a shame because this and Guardians 3 are probably the last you're going to see of him in Marvel.
Oh yeah. But he'll be fucking ruling the hounds at DC, which we'll see what that turns into.
We'll see.
But I think for me, James Gunn's biggest strength has and seems to always be his ability to balance ensembles. And I think he does that really, really well. Here, every character has a good line. Yeah,
or like a moment. Like you have a moment to shine, even though it's like 45 minutes.
Even characters like Nebula, Rocket, Cranklin is a really good scene.
Yeah.
Chris Pratt does stuff, and it's occasionally good.
Chris Pratt's the worst part in him, but I do think he does that role really well.
Yeah.
At the same time, I think he is good in that role because James Gunn writes that character really well.
No, I loved Star-Lord the character. Shame about the Republican.
Yeah.
But I know you've all like obviously Dave Bautista has some great moments. Mantis has some really good moments. Kevin Bacon has some really good moments.
Yeah.
You can tell
everyone has a moment.
Yeah. There's 2 really good Christmas songs.
Yeah.
Which I didn't expect.
but at the same time though, it's a James Gunn movie or show or whatever this is, like
Marvel Studios special presentation.
But that's why these films are great, is the way they use music. The music whether James Gunn's doing Suicide Squad or Guardians, the music's great. He knows how to use it well.
Makes me really want to see I'd be really interested to see a James Gunn musical.
Mm-hmm.
Because what this showed me is the songwriting itself was really fire.
Or even if not a James Gunn musical, a James Gunn movie like Baby Driver. Or something. The music is what dictates it.
Integral,
like the music is written into the script, which I'm pretty sure it is written into the script with him because he has a Spotify, James Gunn, and on his like playlists he's got like a ton of them, but some of them are like songs that were going to be in the movies but were never like put in. And even just that, and you can see it, I could be like a list of like 20 songs. And it can be like, all of these songs were planned, and it's like, for a fact that when he's going into these scripts, every single song that's there is like relevant. It's not like Suicide Squad 2016. Where there's like 15 songs in 5 minutes because it's
edited by a bloody trailer company.
Because that's all.
You just put out that like list of MP3s.
And it's like you just play the playlist, but it's like James Gunn is like. He probably does write with a playlist, but each song he knows where to put them. And he knows, and it's like, and they all fit the vibe that they're creating, and that's why it's like, and again, that's why James Gunn is like the best part of Marvel, is that every single choice he makes feels deliberate.
Absolutely.
I think it's nice where, he obviously is dominated by a studio, and the studio tells him what can and can't be there. But I think he was able, out of all of these directors like Ryan Coogler, Taika Waititi, and all them, he's been the best at molding his style into the company.
I think that's why he'll do so good at DC.
Possibly,
because I think he'll be able, and I think the Suicide Squad showed glimpses of this, even if I wasn't too keen on the overall film. I think it shows, his adaptability, and I'm really interested to see how he takes that, how he uses his abilities to balance ensembles, how to create interesting characters out of really weird, obscure concepts. And create a whole universe out of it.
And that's the thing with Suicide Squad, he was given far more freedom there. Because obviously fucking DC, they don't have a fucking clue what they're doing. So they just went, just do whatever you want. And that's what I mean, he brought like stupid characters in the forefront. And I think what's interesting about this is he took Guardians, which besides comic fans is like a really obscure property. And he made something that most people, I remember when it was coming out, most people thought it was going to be Marvel's first flop. And it ended up being like the best thing they've done. Well, quite frankly.
And he's made this Guardians team, the definitive Guardians team. You look at the comics now.
The game.
Exactly. Multiple games because of the Telltale Guardians. Everyone remembers. I bought that.
Is it good?
I have it on Steam.
Is it good?
I played too much to get a refund, but not enough to where I actually remember if it's any good or not.
Apparently, like that other one's good. The new one. Apparently, that game's great.
I've heard good things.
But that's the thing. It's like like those games have that lineup. And so, and as well, they all use like I think like both games have like an 80s soundtrack, and they all have.
He's created the definitive Guardians tape.
He's basically exactly, and that's what's so interesting. Is like
for better or for worse.
Which you can't say that about anyone else.
No, exactly.
In Marvel, you've like Taika Waititi. Like
Thor's still doing Thor's thing in the comics.
Exactly. Whereas like Guardians has kind of molded itself after.
You look at Star-Lord in the comics now. That is Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
It is just Chris Pratt.